Mi casa particular is Havana, University of Havana. Is at the top of the hill. We've got the park, University Park. Old Havana this way. And mi casa about 2 blocks on the left. I will show you. Across the street, breakfast. And the green car right in front of my place. Yep. On the corner, and so 1 lock, 2, 3, adentro, excelente, and mi casa. Little fridge, el baño, hola, and the bedroom. Very nice.
So we don't let people die in the hospitals. So we give them blood transfusions.
the house. Only change it, rent it, but not sell the house. In 2011, it is possible.
Squeeze the sugarcane and take the juice out of it. Here, they make a cocktail mix with the sugarcane juice, with pineapple, orange juice, and Santiago de Cuba rum. If you want to try it while you are in the Cape, you might do it. I'm holding the line here.
But we don't have the rain in the winter. And during the summer here it's too rainy for the tobacco, so it won't be good. In October we prepare the seed beds, and after around 45 days we pick the stronger plants and we move them to another field, because we need to control the distance. They're going to be one from another, around 30 centimeters, because the plants are going to grow 1.50, 1.60 meters up high. And the growing is fast, because as he said, we're going to harvest 3 months after. So we transplant in December, and on March we're going to harvest already. Around 20 days before we harvest, we cut the flower of each plant. This way we're going to stop the growing and we're going to get bigger and better leaves. This is what we need. Here when we harvest, we cut the plant every 2 or 3 leaves. And we hand them this way, on these sticks that we call cujes. As cujes.
Cujes.
Yes. As he said, all the leaves have different properties. The ones from the top have a stronger flavor because of the exposition to the sun. The ones from the middle are more flexible, and the ones from the bottom burn faster. So in the cigars, we combine the different types of leaves to get a better quality, but with this, we're going to also determine the flavor of the cigar. It's going to be strong, light, mild, and here come also the brands, which is determined by the mix of leaves you use. When we harvest, we leave the sticks, on the field around 3 days. So the sun will start to dry the leaves. Then we move it here, and here they're going to be for 3 months, dried. When we put them here, we use the entire space of the house, to the top and to the end. And as you see, we had it divided on 3 parts also, so we can put the different leaves each in one of these places, okay?
Do you tag them when you know the divisions?
No.
No,
we
you just know.
Yeah, we just harvest first the bottom, then the middle,
okay.
then the top, and then we go put in the
And you know where
same.
they
Yes.
Okay.
So after those 3 months, they're gonna be here. We have to sell 90% of the leaves to the government, and we keep the 10% for us. So all the famous Cuban brands like Cojivas, Montecristos, Romeos, and Juliet, the brands belong to the government. The farmers, we don't own any brand. We just sell the leaves, and then they make their fermentation process and their cigars.
Who sets the price?
The government.
Doesn't matter.
They don't have their own ranches for their own tobacco leaves?
These are called cooperatives because we don't own the lands. There are some people who own the land, but they give some products to help. And also there are other places where they own the land. So they have been around all the entire season. They know how many seeds, they know how many plants you have, then how many cujes you harvested. So they set a price, they fix a price for everyone, but they pay you taking into account the amount and the quality of the leaves you're going to sell. But we have to sell.
Yeah.
We don't have a choice. That has to be. That's the way it is. So after we sell, we make also a fermentation process. Because as you see, the leaves are going to be too dry. So they will break if you try to roll a cigar with them. For this fermentation process, each farmer has his own recipe. Here on this farm, we're going to use a mix of water with honey, rum, and vanilla.
Yeah.
We prepare a mix. We spray the leaves just to moisturize them, and then we make packages with the skin of the palm tree leaf that we call yagua. Yes. This material is considered the natural humidifier for the tobacco plants. And also you're going to see it inside that we make bundles with this material for our cigars, so it will protect them and they make them last longer. Okay?
Like a preservative, you mean?
Yes. So inside those packages, the leaves are gonna be 3 more months fermentating. And after that time is that they're gonna have the texture we need. They're gonna be soft and flexible, ready for rolling the cigars. Now the entire process is organic. It's a natural process. That's why it lasts so long. And that's also the reason why the cigars from the farmers are the ones called puros, which means pure, because they don't have any chemicals. And the ones from the government are called Havanos. So after we sell, in their fermentation process and the making of the cigars, they need to use chemicals for the preservation of the cigars. You need them to last longer because those are the ones that are going to be exported all over the world. Those are the ones you probably know about. Okay? So also, you're going to see inside that we don't use a central vein of the leaves. So, this here, as you see, they're true dry. I'm missing one part.
Yeah, that would be the vein.
Yes, this will be the central vein of the leaf. In this central vein is going to be around 70% of the nicotine on the leaf. So we remove the entire vein and we use only this part for the cigars. But in the factories of the government, they remove only half of it. So they will leave some more nicotine in it. So it create an addiction and you buy it because otherwise we wouldn't have a business. So this part, when we remove it, we don't use it for cigarettes. It is used for cigarettes. Here we fermentate it also around a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, and then it's gonna come a substance called tabaquine. It's tabaquine, like tobacco, tabaquine, because it has a high level of nicotine. It will smell strong, and we use it as insecticides. And we use them on the fields.
It's organic.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yay.
So come with it out. If you inhale, it won't happen anything bad. It's just that it's too much smoke, so it might give you headache, nausea, that kind of things. Okay? So all these are tobacco plants, as you see, and I said we have the ones in front. You see how high they are already, and we transplant only on December. If you want, you can touch one of the leaves so you can feel them. But now they won't smell the characteristic smell of the tobacco. They won't have it right now. That comes when you dry and then when you fermentate the leaves.
It gets elastic. Here is the middle stem, where is concentrate most of the nicotine in the whole tobacco leaf. We take it and we remove it out. We don't use it. In our cigars, that's why our cigars are lower in nicotine.
This is video.
Yeah, that's video. Oh, it's on video?
Turn it.
You just need to like to keep it.
I've never seen my
It's okay.
Do you want me to get you?
Perfect.
Perfect. Like you've had experience. So it's
stuff.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, profile here. We got to see this.
Ya, salud, hermano.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right, when everybody's ready, we should
Take a group shot.
Give me a bear. Thank you. The Valley of Vinales.
This particular part of the valley, dos hermanas, two sisters. Why is that? Those two landscapes right there, you can see how similar they are. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of that. Well, many of the fossils were discovered here in this area. Remember I mentioned about some fossils at the beginning of the tour? Yes. So, the responsible of find all those fossils, his name was Antonio Núñez Jiménez.
Antonio
Núñez Jimenez. He was considered the fourth discoverer of Cuba because he realized a lot of research concerning with flora, fauna, archaeology, speleology. Well, he commented about the fossils he discovered here to Fidel Castro, and they have the idea of recreate through a painting the evolution of life on the island, mostly on this particular region of the country. So they choose this part of the wall because they discover many of the fossils here. And on September 11, 1959, they start removing the bushes from the surface of the rock, and they wash the rock, of course, and they give the job to a Cuban artist. His name was Leovigildo González Morillo, who was also apprentice of Diego Rivera, the Mexican muralist, husband of Frida Kahlo, famous Mexican painter. Well, he started with the most undeveloped organisms, the ammonites, prehistoric sea shells, the Plesiosauria, the sea dinosaur, the Megalodonus, the giant sloth that I mentioned, and ended up with the natives, the humans, the Guanata babies. So on March of 1960, he began with the works of painting. With one tiny brush, he drew lines all over the surface of the rock to create the optic illusion from the distance. He finished in 1964. Of course, he gets some help of some local farmers that assist him adding colors to the rocks. How did he did? Well, they did it. You see the ropes hanging from that edge? Well, at the end, they have like some tiny chairs with parachutes, harnesses, and safety. That's how they did it. The artist was on the floor with a script and a megaphone, leading them, telling them what to do. And he made all the lines. So they finished in 1964. It took 4 years to do the whole paint. You have some holes that drain the water out of the rock, and they retouch the paint, by sections. They're waiting because right now they don't have paint. They keep the rope over there because they gotta maintain the wall, removing the bushes. That's 18 meters tall and 120 meters wide. Okay, question.
What kind of paint?
A special paint, water paint, that resistant to erosion and water and the sun.
Not like a marine paint.
No.
Like you use on the outdoor of your house.
55 years old.